So for the value activity, you're going to go to the website Creative Commons and find yourself a black and white portrait of somebody. It could be you too if you want to mess around with it on Snapseed and take a portrait that's of yourself and turn it into a black and white where you can see the big differences between the dark and the light spots on your face. As you can see, there's a lot of really dark spots, some light spots, some really light spots, and some other spots on this person's face. And we're going to be tracing the value using our pencil tool and the opaqueness. So first things first, I'm going to start with the darkest of the dark. And I'm going to use my pencil tool at full 100% opacity and at, well, mine's going to be like a pretty thick line because it's a pretty big space, but you don't have to. So first things first, outline and shade, or you don't actually have to outline. I did outlining because it helps my brain better, but you can just start using your finger and covering all the dark spots with dark value if you want. All right, so now that I've done the dark value, I'm gonna bring my opacity down to about a 75, I think. And I'm gonna do the next darkest shade of, well, I guess it's the next lightest tint of black. As you can see right here, I'm gonna double click my layers, and so I can turn it off to see if I'm on the right spot with the right shade. I can also turn off the base layer too if I want and make it look interesting. Okay, once again, I'm gonna lower the opacity on it. I'm about to go to about 50%, I think, or 60%, whatever it is. I think it's 50%, there it is. And I'm gonna go to the next lightest tint. So for the rest of the project, what I want you to do is continually go drop your opacity to less and less and less. One thing you do have to worry about if you do the opacity is if you pick your finger up and you draw over a space that you've already marked with the opacity, it'll make it darker. So try to fill in the objects as solid as you can in one without lifting your finger. Try to get down to 10% opacity or less and try to fill in all those white spots with very, very, very light tints of gray. Yeah, and you'll see at the end how it turns out. Once you get down to the opacity that you're done at, I want you to double click the background image, get rid of the portrait, save all of your shading, and turn it into Google Classroom. Thank you.